All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, let's do this quiz right here, right? Shall we? This is the one you guys are working on right now. So I want to walk you through it. Okay, this is your homework. It says linear functions challenge quiz. So this is the one right here. Your quiz that's going to be on Wednesday is going to be really similar to this. So, man, let's knock it out. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try using my screen capture and my document camera over here. So we're going to try using both of these, right? All right, so first one says, which points on the graph could have the coordinates 7, 0? Well, here's what I know. Because x is 0, because y is 0 right here, this is an x-intercept. So this could be b or d, because both of these are positive x-intercepts. So it could be d or b. So that's my answer for that one. Next one. Which points on the graph could have 0, 5? So 0, 5, here x is a 0, so that's a y-intercept. I have two y-intercepts. I have e, I have a. Here's the problem with e. I don't know what e is, but I know it's negative because it's below the x-axis. So this has to be a only, which isn't listed. So I'm going to say answer not shown. Let's see how we do here. Answer not shown. All right, so let's see here. Which points on the graph could have the coordinate negative 3, 0? None. Here's why. The negative 3, 0 is an x-intercept. We have two x-intercepts, but they're both positive. This is a negative x-intercept, so answer not shown. All right, which points or point on the graph could match f of a equals 0? F of a equals 0 is an x-intercept. The reason I know that, y is equal to 0. This is a comma 0. So this is a number comma 0. So this is an x-intercept. So it could be d or it could be b again. Ah, yeah. Okay, and what about this one? F of 0 equals a. So this is a y-intercept because right here, x is equal to 0. So 0 comma a. Now, this could be a or e, and the reason it could be e is because we don't know the sign of this number, this value a right there. A could be a positive number or it could be a negative number. We're not sure. See how we do on the next portion right here. It says a is 0, 7, and this is 5, 0. 0, 7, and 5, 0. Man, that's kind of small. I got old eyes. Let's see here. It says, yeah, so it gives me the same information over there. Okay. What is the distance between A and B? Ooh, man. All right, distance between A and B. So check this out. I'm going to draw a diagram, and here, I'll go ahead and transition. Let's draw a diagram and see if we can answer this question right here. Now, you should be writing down all these questions in your notes because your quiz tells you if you're where you want to be yet. It tells you what your level is. So we've got to figure out this right here. So we got this line right here, and it says, what is the distance between here and here? So here's the thing. On a coordinate plane, you can always draw a vertical line down and a horizontal line across. And vertical and horizontal happen to be perpendicular. That makes this a right triangle. So if we can figure out the distance from here to here, which is 7, and the distance from here to here, which is 5, we can use the Pythagorean Theorem to figure out the distance. Now there is a distance formula. It's right here. It's easy to forget. It's easy to mess up the signs. This formula comes from here anyway. See, 0. So this for the y's would be 0 minus 7. That would be negative 7 squared, which would be 49. That's the same thing as this right here. So if this is a, that would be 5 squared, plus b, 7 squared, equals the distance. So 25 plus 49 is equal to the distance. That's the square root of 74. Now 74, you divide that by 2, you get 37. So this is a simplified square root. Now, I think the answer says you leave your answer as a simplified radical. So that's our answer right there. If we wanted to use our calculator, it would be about 8.60, correct to 3 significant figures. But this one says to leave it as a simplified radical, so root 74. All right, midpoint of AB is C. What is the midpoint of AB? So what is the, so it says point C is the midpoint of AB, and what's the coordinate of point C? So we already have that this is 0, 7 and this is 5, 0. So let's go ahead and check this out. So point C is right here, and it's the midpoint. So the midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 over 2 y1 plus y2 over 2, right? So this is going to be, the x's is going to be 2.5 and 3.5. 2.5, 3.5. Let's see what we got here. 2.5, 3.5. Let's see. Let's see how we're doing right here. All right, points. Oh, that's the points of lines. So that's a grammatical error right there. I got to go back and fix that. Points of lines. Oh, parts of lines. I just can't read. Oh man, these old eyes failing me. I see it. All right, back on track. I apologize. So same point, 0, 7, 5, 0. Ooh, the slope of line 1. Well, this is a negative slope. Line number 1 is negative because it's going down from left to right. So that eliminates these two answers from contention. Rise over run. So the rise is from this point to this point. The rise is negative 7. It goes down 7 over 5, so it's negative 7/5. I could use the formula as well, but I don't really need to in this one because I have a diagram and I can just count. So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's true because they tell me the 2 points right there. Boom, got it. Given that point A is 0, 7, okay, same one. What is the x-intercept of line number 1? Well, the x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis, which is right here, and it tells me 5, 0. So 5, 0. All right. What's the equation of line 1? Well, now we're getting somewhere. All right. Let's go back to our paper right here. Here's what we got. We got this line right here. Okay, let's start with a clean piece of paper. We got this right here. We've got this line right here. We've got that's a 7 and that's a 5, and we've got oh, I missed one of them. Dang it. We need to find the line. So we already know that the slope is negative 7/5. We could have used the formula if we wanted, but we didn't have to on this one. So y equals mx plus b. So I know that it's y equals negative 7/5 x. Now I just got to figure out what b is. B is 7. It's right there. It's 7. So a lot of the time you can't figure out the slope by counting. You have to use the formula. And a lot of the time you can't figure the y-intercept out by looking. You have to use a formula. But in this case, we don't have to, so we're done. So life is good. All right, let's see if that's one of our answers right here. Negative 7/5 x plus 7. Good to go. Okay, number 1 and 2, lines 1 and 2 are perpendicular. Ooh, what's the slope of line 2? Well, perpendiculars, lines that are perpendicular have slopes that are negative reciprocals. Since I have established this is a negative 7/5, the other would be a positive 5/7. Negative reciprocals. All right. Through which quadrant does line 2 not pass? So here's line 2. It goes through quadrant 1 and 4 and 3, so it does not go through quadrant 2. All right. Point A is 0. Okay, same thing. Sees the midpoint, and it tells you the midpoint. Oh, man. Look at that. Lines 1 and 2 are perpendicular. What is the equation of line 2? Dang. Okay, now this is a tricky one. Let's go back to our paper right here. So check this out. Let's be nice and neat. I'm gonna go ahead and let's do this right here. So let's say, so here's what we've got. All right, let's sketch our thing right here. All right. So I know this is a 5, and I know that this is 7, and I know that this point right here is 2.5, comma 3.5. It tells us that, and these lines are perpendicular. So I know that this has a slope of negative 7/5, which makes this one have a slope of 5/7. We know all those things, but we are being asked for the equation of this line right here, which is line number 2. All right, so that's y equals mx plus b. So I have to find this point right here. I have to find that coordinate b. So y equals, I know this is true so far. So what I need to do to figure out b is I have to take a point that I know that is on the line and plug in the coordinate y and the coordinate x here and here. Now I know this is a point that's on this line. So I can plug in 3.5 for y, 5/7, and 2.5 for x. And now I can solve this equation for b. Now there's another formula you can use. There's the point slope formula, which I prefer not to use because this is easier, it's more efficient, and I like how it ties into what we're dealing with linear equations a little better. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so we solve this for b. What we got 3.5 minus 5/7 times 2.5 plus b. Since I've got a decimal right here, I'm going to go ahead and use my calculator. 3.5 minus 5 times 2.5 divided by 7 is 1.71. Correct. To 3 significant figures is b. So my final answer is right there. Let's see if this is one of our answers. Oh, I have to type it in. Y equals 5 over 7x plus 1.71. Oh, yeah. Next up, Buttercup. What is the x-intercept of y equals 2/3 x minus 8? So here's the deal with x-intercepts. X-intercepts have a y-coordinate of 0. So if I have y equals 2/3 x minus 8, and I have a y-intercept of 0, sorry, if I have I'm finding an x-intercept, which gives me a coordinate of 0 for y, so I just have to plug this in, and I need to solve for x. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, right? And that's it right there. And now I'm going to solve for x, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 over 2. I am going to reduce, I get 12 equals x, so 12, 0. Let's see if that's one of our possible answers here. Ooh, they got to distract negative. Oh, yeah, 12, 0. Be careful there. All right. The linear equation y equals 2/3 x minus, can be written ax plus by equals c. That's standard form. So a and b are whole numbers. So and a is positive. B can be negative. Okay. So let's see if we can figure that out. Let's do this on. Let's get our paper right here, right? So let me write it down, and then we'll transition. So y equals 2/3 x minus 8. All right. And what we need to do here is ax plus by equals c. This has to be a positive whole number, so a natural number, and this can be any rational number or any integer. So first of all, this and this are not in the same form. If you see, this is y equals something, and this is ax plus by equals something. So I need to get the x on the same side as the y, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2/3 x plus y equals negative 8. So all I did is I subtracted 2/3 x from both sides. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this to look like this. I'm trying to get everything in the same spots. Now, it told me in the directions that a has to be positive whole number, b has to be a whole number. An integer, really. B can be negative. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold on here. B can be negative. All right. There we go. All right, I fixed some of the wording for us here. Okay, anyway. So check this out. I apologize if you got a little distracted there. I just saw a typo that I wanted to fix. So anyway, back on track right here. This is negative 2/3 x plus y equals negative 8. I need it to look like this, and it tells me a is a whole number, b is an integer value. So I need to make this not a fraction, and I need it to be positive. So what I can do is I can multiply everything on both sides by a negative 3. Look, that would reduce, negative times a negative is positive, right? That would be just plain old 2. I have to multiply by there, 3y equals 24. That is the same form. These two things are equal. This is the same form as that. So a equals 2, b equals negative 3, and c equals positive 24. Let's see if that's one of our answers over here. Oh, right there. A equals 2, b equals negative 3, c equals 24. Ooh, negative 24. I almost messed up right there. Oh, man, you got to be careful. A is... Yeah, there. Okay, so that's it right there. Okay, and then the next one says, what's the y-intercept of 2x minus 3y is 24? Oh, that's the same one. So it's actually going to be negative 8, which... Ooh, what is the y-intercept of? So for a y-intercept, this is our best answer right here. Dang, I don't like that, but that is our best answer we have right here. We do have enough information. It's not 8. It should be written as a coordinate. Yeah, what is the... If it said what's the y-coordinate of the y-intercept, I would be very happy to say it is -8. Here's why I get that. For a y-intercept, you put a 0 for x, and then you solve for y. So -3y equals 24. So y has to be equal to -8. So let's... here, I'm going to fix that. What is the y-coordinate of the y-intercept? There we go. All right, back on track. Okay, next up, Buttercup. All right, ooh, ugly ones. Got a couple triangles right here. It says, suppose that 0, 7 is A, 5, 0 is B. What's the angle of the triangle created by the origin endpoints A and B? So check this out. Here, let me draw this for us. Let's sketch. Hashtag not to scale. All right. So here's what we got. We got A, B, and this isn't really the point C on our graph, but here's what we've got. We know that this is the point right here is 0, 0, the point right here 5, 0, and the point right here 0, 7. So I need to find the area of this triangle. 1/2 base times height is the formula. So if I can figure out the base and the height, here's the thing, base and height have to be perpendicular. If I can figure out the base and height of this triangle, I can just plug my stuff in right there. So 1/2, this base is a distance of 5, the height is a distance of 7. That's 35 over 2, or what is that going to be, 17.5. Let's see if that's any of our answers over here. Ooh, 35. Ooh, I got 2 of them. I wonder if I can select both. I can't. 35. Oh, they're both the same. I'm going to go with 35 over 2. Truth of it is, I remember I actually made them both correct, so either one will give you full credit. Now, next one says point C. Or sorry, same thing, right? Point A gives you point B, point A, and point D, 2.4, and it asks you what's the area of this triangle right here. Oh, man. So here, let me sketch that real quick. So this is point C, and it's 2.5, 3.5. We got point B, which is 5, 0, and we've got point D, which is, what does it say? 2.4, comma 0. Okay, let's look at the document camera here. We have to find the area of this triangle right here. This triangle right here. You see that triangle right there? That's the one we have to find. Now, we need to use our formula. 1/2 base times height. So we have a couple things to figure out before we can use our formula. We have to figure out what is the base and what's the height. So let's do the base first. So the base is from 2.4 to 5. So that's going to be 5 minus 2.4. That's the distance right here. That's going to be the distance right. That's 2.6. So all right. So that's 2.6, and then the height. The height of this triangle is the perpendicular distance. A vertical line is perpendicular to a horizontal line. The x-axis is horizontal. I know that this height is 3.5. So it's 1/2 of 2.6 times 3.5. So that's going to be 1.3 times 3.5. Let's see here. 1.3 times 3.5 equals 4.55. Man, let's see what our answers look like over here. 3.55. Oh, 3.5. That's the closest one. Answer not shown. Man, what should I do? Oh, man. Oh, no, it's just 4.55. Sorry, I saw 3.5. I got confused. It is 4.6 was rounded correctly. I'm going to say that's our right answer. Let's see what our score is here. 31 out of 33. So it says we got one wrong. Let's find out. Let's find out. What is it? Oh, it says... Ooh, that one's actually wrong. I'm going to fix that right now. 0. I adjusted that one earlier, remember? Here, let's fix that. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, hey guys, I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, let me know. You guys should be able to do good on this tomorrow. And I'll see you guys later.